Hey, everybody, welcome to The Point. Hope you're doing great. Hope your week is off to a great start, and I'm excited about you guys being here with us and believing that it's going to be great. You can see it's going to be a little bit different today. You got Pastor Jordan here with me. Hopefully his camera's look like it might be froze, Pastor Jordan. Let's see, it's not moving, is it? Oh, I might have to set this up a little bit different. I'm going to have some little technical difficulties. Let me see if we can fix that here in just a second. If not, I'll have him slide over here with me here on The Point. Going to have him be a special guest with me today to talk really about something important happening this upcoming Sunday that I want to make sure that you know about, you prayerfully participate in. Before you do, I want to remind you, if you're a first-time visitor, I know there's folks who watch these broadcasts each and every week. They're available live, but also on demand, and we're streaming to all sorts of platforms. And I want to let you know that if you're new to the ministry and you haven't connected with us yet, I want you to make sure that you text the word welcome to 912-574-2323. It's really amazing. Every single week, we're having new people. I went to the VIP room here at our Jessup campus, and I think there was like 8 or 9 people that I got to meet. And then in our Brunswick campus Sunday afternoon, I think I met around 4 or 5, new people who is just a part of our campus there. And so just super excited, meeting all these new faces. And so if you're new to the ministry, I want you to make sure that you connect with us. Let us know that you're here, whether in person or online. We'd love to just meet you and greet you, and just appreciate you, connecting with the ministry. And so make sure you take a moment and do that. Real quickly before Pastor Jordan and I talk about what it is that I want to share with you here on The Point today, because I really want you to prayerfully be a part of it. I want to remind you, don't forget this upcoming Sunday, October the 25th, we're going to be baptizing here. And we've already, I think, had about 2 or 3 people sign up here at our Jessup campus. So they're going to be setting up the baptismal and getting that prepared. So if you've recently rededicated your life or you've gotten saved, I want to encourage you to make sure that you sign up to be baptized so we can be prepared for you. There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes to make these happen. And so if you haven't already, make sure you go and sign up. You say, well, how do I sign up? If you have the Turning Point app, which if you don't, I want you to download the Turning Point app. And you can register there to be baptized. You can do it on the church website, turningpoint.cc. You can sign up that way. So make sure you let us know that you're being baptized so that we can be prepared for you this upcoming Sunday as we baptize. Also want to make mention, I shared this past Sunday, especially at our Jessup campus, we have 2 vans that we're wanting to put in routes. Pre-programmed routes that will go to different set locations to pick people up and bring them to church. And we've already had, what was it, Pastor Jordan, 3 folks have signed up. We're shooting for at least 8. And so if you'd like to help us with that, and you're free on Sundays, and you got a valid driver's license, and you'd like to drive one of those vans, we'd appreciate it if you'd sign up. You can see any of our staff members, Pastor Jordan, you can see myself, Pastor Jeffrey. The easiest way that I'll be honest with you is if you'll call 912-530-7228, that's the church office number. You just call that number and say, hey, I want to help drive one of the vans, and we'll get you information down and get you plugged in with that. We're shooting to start that the first Sunday, I believe it is, in November. And so appreciate those that have already signed up, and believing for about 5 more to do that with us also. And then real quickly, I wanted to make mention, don't forget we're still collecting candy for Halloween hotspots that are going to be happening in Jessup and in Brunswick. We've got locations all over Jessup and Odom, and also I believe we've got a handful or 2 locations in Brunswick. And so we're still receiving candy, and so if you haven't already, make sure you drop that candy by either during office hours or when you come to church on Sunday. Make sure you bring those bags of candy. And we're going to be packing those bags next Wednesday at 12 noon. Maybe I'll go live during The Point so you can see folks doing some outreach. We're going to be packing those bags with candy. We've got probably almost 1,000 bags, I guess we're going to be doing, that we're going to be packing with candy. And we're putting some gospel gospel books in there. We've got some invite cards to the church, and on the back of them, they got the plan of salvation. So volunteers are going to be helping with that at 12 noon. We're going to be having pizza and a packing party. So if you want to help be a part of that at our Jessup campus, you can meet us here next Wednesday at 12 noon. And then I believe our Brunswick campus, their small group next Tuesday is actually going to be packing bags there as well. So get involved and help make a difference with that. And then last but not least, I want to make mention, don't forget men, we're getting together for breakfast on Friday, October the 30th. That's not this Friday, but next Friday at Western Sizzlin. It is Dutch Treat. We're going to get together and we're going to enjoy some breakfast together and some fellowship and some prayer. And I'm sure somebody may share a devotion. But we're just getting the men together for a time of just bonding and brotherhood, just getting the crew together, just to have some fellowship. So I want to encourage you to make sure you participate in that next Friday. Again, that's October the 30th at 7:15 in the morning at Western Sizzlin and Jessup. And Brunswick guys, listen, if you're watching this, you're welcome to drive over and be a part of it too. We'd love to have you. So make sure you don't miss all the fellowship that's going to be happening for all the men. And so, man, I'm excited. We had a little bit of technical difficulties with the cameras, but I'm actually going to spin this phone. I'm going to go grab a stand because this one that I had was going a little bit crazy on me. But Pastor Jordan is here with me, and we're going to talk about something happening this Sunday. This Sunday, if you don't know, we are receiving a special impact offering this Sunday at all of our services at both of our campuses this upcoming Sunday, October the 25th. And we really just want to take a moment, share with you what is the impact offering, and more importantly, what is it going to do? When you bring this offering, we're asking you to pray, say, God, what would you have me to give? And listen, no amount's too small. I want you to think, hey, if you say all I can give is $5, $50, that's something's better than nothing. And that's going to help us do ministry. So I'm going to turn the camera to Pastor Jordan. I'm going to go run and grab. This is live, unedited, raw and real. I'm going to go grab a new stand because this one I had, it went crazy. But I'm going to pass the phone to this camera to Pastor Jordan. He's going to speak to you about some things we got planned and what this impact offering is going to help fund and help make a difference in the lives of people. So y'all help me welcome Pastor Jordan to the point. Hey guys, hope you're doing good today. I'm new at this video thing here, so I'm getting set up. But I'm glad to be on here today with Pastor Justin. And again, we had some technical difficulties. We apologize about that. But we're trying to get it fixed as we speak. So I'm so excited that this Sunday we're taking up the impact offering. And I just wanted to share a little bit about what we're going to be doing and how we're going to be, why we're taking this up here and what we're doing for that. The impact offering kind of came about several months ago because, as you all know, we've been going through COVID-19. Things have a lot of things are changing for churches and a lot of different things of how we do outreach and how we do things because of COVID, wanting to be safe and things like that. So we started the new Impact Outreach team. And if you haven't signed up for that, we'd love for you to be a part on that. Get signed up. We have several people already, a good group signed up. And we're planning outreaches all the time and getting things out. But I'm excited about this because we have never, ever, we don't really do a lot of this special offering things here at Turning Point. We ask people to give, and they just do it. They give their tithes and their offerings weekly and support the ministry. So we don't do a lot of special offerings unless we have a special guest that we're going to bless that day and things like that. But I want to encourage you, like Pastor Justin said, please consider giving. I'm believing and praying that this is the largest offering we've ever taken up in the Turning Point of history of our church because it's for outreach. A lot of the things we're doing right now, they're already in the back of the scenes working. Is you've heard Pastor Justin talk about the hot spots. Yes, we're doing things like that. But some of the things that I'm most excited about right now that are being planned, some for the beginning of next year and some for the end of this year, is we're already working, as you heard Pastor Justin speak a couple of weeks ago. Been granted permission to put 6 new televisions in our jail here at Wayne County, where they'll stream in live, where they'll come in. We'll stream and broadcast our jail here, local jail inmates every Sunday morning at 10:30. They'll be a part of our online community, and also we've teamed up as well for some in our nursing homes. As we all know, these people right now, they cannot be visited, they can't be ministered to, they can't be seen by their family due to the COVID. So right now in the back scenes, we're waiting on that. Some of the facilities are getting their Wi-Fi connections right, so we can bring in the televisions and hook them up. We're hoping to have that going in November. So that is a blessing. That is something the impact offering is going to help take care of. Yes, we have had people pledge to get the TVs and do things like that. I think we're a couple short, not sure on that exact number. I'm sure Pastor Justin and we can get those and get that to you, because we have had people ask us. But that's what this impact offering is going to do. Also, too, we're in November, we're starting our new transit ministry. We are going to actually go get people who can't get to the house of God. As we've had so many calls since COVID-19 has started, I'm not sure why the influx has happened. I'm guessing maybe maybe their cars are broke down, or maybe some unemployed. Not sure what's going on. So we're going to get we have 2 wonderful transit vans on this property that God's blessed us with, and they haven't been moving due to COVID. We haven't really took the kids or anything on trips or anything, just playing it safe, just trying to bring the church back safe as possible and slowly. But we're going to put them on the roads, and we are going to be stopping at least 6 to 8 apartment complexes here in our town and picking up people, bring them to our 10:30 worship service. You heard Pastor Justin mention about the drivers. We need more drivers. We really need a total of 8. That is so that one family, that's 2 people. And also 2 people a week can drive these vans, so it's not all on one person. We have plenty of opportunities for that, to do that. A lot of other things that we're going to be doing. We've just got out of a staff meeting here, our holiday blessing. We're going to be blessing people with food, gifts, and different things over our holiday blessing. We're planning that. Hopefully we're going to release the date to you and get that going. We've been working out some logistic details with the food, so it's taken a little bit longer than we expected, but we're hoping within the next few days we can release the details on a website of how you can sign up families and things like that to help us. So that is what the Impact Outreach is going to be doing. There's so much more that we have planned through the year, and I don't want to miss this. We have our first encounter night in Brunswick on November the 15th. That is where that is an Impact Outreach night. We are believing for the lost to come. We are taking church outside of the building. We will be planning one here in Jessup, but it's looking to be, due to all the other outreaches and things that happen, it's going to be pushed to the January. But our first one will be in Brunswick on November the 15th on Sunday evening at 5 p.m. We're sending out to 20 door hangers. We've got a team from our Brunswick campus on the ground. They're going to be passing out 2,700, I believe is the number, door hangers, inviting them to come. We're looking forward and hoping the lost will be there. We're going to have our baptismal pool there hooked up. We're going to be baptizing on the spot. Pastor Justin is. He's going to be bringing a word. We're going to be sending up worship that night right out there on the front lawn of our Brunswick campus. We'll be right next to Highway 341. You won't miss us, or you'll be able to hear us for sure. At bounce houses for the kids, we're going to be having chili served, coffee, drinks, sodas, and everything's free, but we are wanting the lost to come, because I believe during this time God is saying we need to get out of the walls of this church. Why am I telling you this? All this stuff, it costs money. money to do impact outreach, and that's what it's all about. You're going to help us do ministry outside of the building. There's so much more I could keep going on and going on and going on talking about, and we're going to do. There's some ministries that we're developing as we speak behind the scenes. We're hoping to get something going for our single moms, our widowed, the widowed women, the people that are widowed, and also to the homeless, and also to our folks that are battling the addiction of drugs, because those are some areas that we are going to be able to minister to personally. And guys, I just want you to understand one thing, and then I'm going to turn it back over to Pastor Justin. Why this? We are not going to just be handing out things. We're not going to be just giving away stuff. We're going to have people set up at these events where they're praying for the lost, where they're praying for the people's needs, because that's what the church is supposed to be, is doing, and needs more than anything. There's a lot of people hurting right now. Either they're unemployed, or they've lost their job, or they've battled this sickness, and and different things. There's a lot of different things happening in this world, and one of the greatest things that need to happen right now is the church to get outside there and let's go get them. If one thing the Lord has spoke to me about and really dealt with me personally about is the lost, and we're making all our outreaches are going to be centered around the lost. Yes, we've always expected to win the lost and do things like that, but you understand what I'm saying. We're going for the lost. We're gonna, if they won't come to our church, we're going outside the church. We're going to get on the streets. We're going to do a lot of things. So that's what this impact offering is all about. Everything we're going to do, I guarantee you, Pastor Justin, I'll probably say this again. We have always said we're going to do what we're going to do. It may not have come as fast as we've wanted it, far as different outreaches and ministries that we've developed, but we always do what we say we're going to do. And every dollar that is given, that will go straight to our impact outreach ministries that we are putting together and doing. You may say, how? Yes, those, right now, we're getting the vans ready. They're getting decaled right now for our transit ministry. So when our vans pull up, they'll know that transit's from Turning Point Worship Center, and hey, they'll give me a ride to church. All that stuff costs money, and we're excited to be able to do this, and what God is, the vision and things He's given us through this. We're excited to do this, and so I want to encourage you, be a blessing. Whatever you can give. We're not a church that gets up here. Pastor's never going to say, I need you to sow this money, this money, this money. He's just going to ask you to pray. Ask what God speaks to you to give above your tithes and and give to this and this offering. And I'm looking forward to what God's going to do through this, because I'm believing not only are we going to win the lost, but we're going to also win those lost, but they're also going to come to this house, this church, get plugged in and be disciples for Christ and be changed forever. So I'm going to turn it over to Pastor Justin. I'm thankful that he asked me to come on and do a little talking today. I wish our technology would have panned out and been a little bit more professional like we were planning, but hey, it doesn't matter. We're making it roll and work. So I'm going to turn it over to him, and I'm so thankful for you all. I'm so thankful to be a part of this church, a part of this ministry, and what we do. We really believe in what we do, and I'm thankful for that. And so I'm going to turn it back over to him. Bless you all.
Awesome. Thank you, Pastor Jordan. I'm telling you, we're excited about what we've got, what God's going to allow us to do in these upcoming weeks and months, not only here in 2020, but even beyond 2020 in the year 2021. And today I really just want to take the broadcast and really not only share with you some vision, but then I want to ask you to prayerfully pray about being a part, of the provision, helping, because it takes, this ministry is amazing. We're going to feed, I think it's 300 plus food boxes that we've ordered. And catch me now, that includes the meats, the dry goods, vegetables. It's about 50 pounds of food per family, and we're going to be blessing around 300 families. And that's incredible ministry, but it takes money to do ministry. It didn't fall out of heaven. There's vendors you got to pay to get these sort of things, and so when we do these outreaches, like the holiday blessing, we're setting them up. They're going to be drive through. We're prepared for whatever situation may arise or adjustments happen because of COVID-19. But it's going to be drive-through. Our team's going to hand them this food. We're even working. You'll see some information coming out about other things we're going to be adding on top of this to bless families. But we're also going to have a space where if they want to pull off and receive prayer, we're going to have folks from our church there who are going to pray for these families, pray and believe. Some folks right now, there are sorry people in the world. There's lazy people. We know that. Jesus said, the poor you'll have with you always. But there's also people who are unemployed through no fault of their own right now. I spoke to a man the other day. He was involved in the hotel business. And he literally lost his job because, folks aren't staying at hotels, because of the whole COVID, the pandemic. That's not his fault. He's a hardworking dad, and it was through no fault of his own, really. Now he's out there trying to find him somewhere else. But there's people like that we want to help. We want to reach people. And I'm just believing that when we love on these people in these different forms and these different ways, that it's going to open up their heart to receive the gospel. And so, Pastor Jordan talked about the holiday blessing. We've got these, we're calling them encounter nights, where we're setting up. Our first one's in Brunswick. We are a church that believes saved people should serve people, but we're also a church that believes in getting outside the four walls of the church. It's good to have church in these buildings. It's good. It's great. I believe in it. But we also need to get out. The Bible said, go out into the highways and the hedges. Go out, into the highways. Let your light shine before men, that they may glorify your Father in heaven. It's hard to let a light just shine in this building and folks out there see it. We got to get outside, the facilities of a building and be the church. Go out into the highways and the hedges. I remember, Jesus, he sent them 2 by 2 into the cities, and they, went to homes and they were ministering and reaching people. That's what we've got to do in this time that we're living. Church leaders, hear me. We can't do what we did before COVID. And expect the same results. Things have been shaken, things have been turned upside down, and I believe this is the time for the church to rise up, be innovative, be willing to get outside the four walls of the church. That's what we're doing here at Turning Point. We got the encounter night. We're going to be set up outside. We're worshiping. The baptismal tank's going to be there. And I'm praying, Lord, let people be saved. If prostitutes and drug dealers show up, let them be saved. We're going to baptize them there on the spot. Minister to families, reach people, love on people. There's going to be some chili for them to eat. There's going to be bounce houses for the kids. And listen, all this, I know you're saying, Pastor, this sounds great. This is wonderful. And it is. And I need you to help me pray with me for it. Serve at these events. But it takes money to do these outreaches. There's other outreaches coming up next year that, we're going into the jails. We're looking at expanding to more jails, nursing homes, reaching single moms, reaching, all different, just sectors of society. And it takes money to do ministry. You remember, who was it? I believe it was Judas. He kept up with the money bag. Jesus had a money bag. You know why? Because it took money to do ministry. It took money for him, to travel around and do the things that he did from city to city. And the same is true today. It takes money to do ministry. And our church, you have always been incredible at being faithful in giving your tithes. And your tithes, they help fund the operation of just our everyday ordinary ministries, our staff, the utilities, the power, the insurance, all this. It takes hundreds of thousands of dollars to do what we do here. And you have been faithful in that. But we want to go beyond. We want to go outside the four walls. And I just really prayed and believed, and I believe the Lord spoke to me and said, Justin, I want you to set aside this Sunday, receive an offering, give the vision to the church. I'm going to speak to the hearts of the people to give, and this is going to fund our outreaches. We're sending vans throughout our county to pick people up. That takes gas to do that. I'm believing that this impact offering we're going to receive is going to help fund that fuel. TVs, so that we can live stream into different facilities. It takes money to buy those, technology, but we're going to be using these rallies. We're going to be doing one in Jessup here. I can't release all the details to you yet. We're doing one in the first part of January in Jessup. We're getting outside these four walls. We're setting up at a location. There's going to be praise and worship. There's going to be preaching. I don't know if you want to call it an outdoor revival. I don't know if you want to call it street ministry. That's what it is. We're going to hit the streets, and we are going to reach the lost for Jesus Christ, because that is the reason he came. And I'd love for you to not only serve and be a part of them and participate and attend, but I want you to pray about what God would have you to give. Again, I'm not the kind of preacher that's going to say, hey, I want you to sow $1,000 seed or $400 seed. I want you to sow what God tells you to give, because what's big for you may be small for somebody else. And I want you to pray. Maybe God says, hey, I want you to sacrifice going to Dunkin' Donuts, for 6 months. And that's going to be, you take what you would have given Dunkin' Donuts and you're going to place that in this impact offering so people can give. I don't know. I want you to pray. That's how I've always operated. God's has always provided. Folks have always been faithful to just listen to his voice. And I just want you to be faithful at what God tells you to give. God's not going to ask you to give what you don't have. I want you to be faithful about what he asks you to give. You give on what, the widow's mite, when she gave. There was more people there that gave in the temple that day that had more resources to give, but they didn't. But that widow's mite, she gave everything she had, and Jesus said she gave, more than anyone, because it wasn't about the amount. It was, number one, about her faith to give, her obedience, but secondly, it was about her percentage that she gave. In her life, with what she had, she gave above and beyond. That's all I'm asking you to pray. If God tells you to give $5, you give $5. If he tells you to give $100, you give $100. If he tells you to sow $1,000 seed, you give $1,000. If he tells you to give $10,000, you give $10,000. Here's my word to you. Number one, throughout the weeks, months, and next year, we're going to share with you updates, and you're going to see where this money went. You're going to see. We're going to say, hey, we did this because of your impact offering. We bought this because of your impact offering. We went here and ministered to these people because of your impact offering. I give you that word that we're going to be transparent. But number two, when I tell you this is what it's going to go towards, that's what it's going to go towards. It's going to go towards ministry and outreach, reaching people and doing ministry. And so I just wanted to take today and just share with you some vision. I know this isn't a normal broadcast, and a normal Bible study, or me preaching, or whatever you want to call it. But I just wanted to take, 30, 35, 40 minutes, and Pastor Jordan and I just come and just share with you some vision. And so again, this Sunday at both of our campuses, we're going to be receiving a special offering called the Impact Offering, and it's 100% going to go towards funding community outreaches in Wayne County, Glenn County, and beyond. And so I want you to pray about it. I've been sharing it with you all month of October, but I want you to, if you haven't, I want you to be praying these next few days and say, God, what would you have me to give? And, some have asked, hey, can I go ahead and give now? Absolutely. Yes, you can. You can give on the kiosk. I believe it's actually set to be live here in just a few moments, where you can see the impact offering category. You'll be able to give towards that. And you can place it, in the offering boxes this Sunday. But I want you to be faithful and give. Number one, I want you to pray. Say, God, what would you have me do to help community outreach happen in our church, in our community? And then I want you to be faithful and do whatever he tells you to give. And I just thank you in advance for your generosity. Again, we're going to be transparent with you. I'll share with you, hey, what was given, and we'll keep you updated and say, hey, we did this because of the impact offering. This, we purchased this because of the impact offering. And again, it's going towards outreach. It ain't going to buy no condo nowhere, or no nothing from the staff. It's going to reach people. It's going to help ministry happen outside the four walls of the church. And so I want to encourage you to be faithful and give. Listen, that's all I wanted to share with you today. I'm excited about this upcoming Sunday. We are baptizing some incredible people who are going public with their faith. Don't forget, we still need candy for the Halloween hot spots. Again, nearly almost 1,000 bags we're packing with invite cards and gospel tracts, and we're just going to be reaching people. And thank you to these precious people who've opened up their homes to do this in Jessup and in Brunswick. And I just want to encourage you, be a part of what God's doing. I'm excited about this upcoming Sunday. Hey, if you're watching this, remember, Kids Church is open. If you know a young family looking for a church that has ministry for the kids, invite them to come be a part of our ministry here at Turning Point Refuge Student Ministries. They're open. They're having a revival service, actually. Let me look at this. Let me see if I can share this with you. They're having a revival service on Wednesday, November the 18th. The doors will open at 6:30. They're going to have pizza and food and all sorts of other stuff for the students. And then service begins at 7 p.m. And they've got a guest evangelist coming in. There's going to be praise and worship. I believe they told me today in staff meeting, there's 4 other churches that are bringing their youth groups to be a part of this. I don't want to even begin naming names, but I think many of them are local right here in Wayne County. We're joining together. We're ministering to the young people. So again, Refuge Student Ministries is open. They're having a revival that night, but they're open every Sunday at 10:30. I don't know if you know this, but right here at Turning Point, we have a service not only for the adults here in the sanctuary. We got children's ministry, and then for all middle and high school students, they have their own service in the student center. And I think it's around 30, 40, sometimes 50 students are in there and ministering them on Sunday mornings. So if you have a middle or high school student, get them here, get them involved. I'm telling you, the way the enemy's attacking young people today, you need to have them here in the house of God. Man, they're having moves of the Holy Spirit. Pastor Ashley's preaching some incredible sermons, so get them there. We have something from everybody, all ages here at Turning Point. I'm super proud. And I want to encourage you, be here this Sunday at Jessup at 10:30. And don't forget, if you're in Brunswick, Kingsland, Darien, was it Waycross? I'm trying to remember all the ones kind of touch Glenn County. You need to be a part of our Brunswick campus at 5 p.m. I'm telling you, man. We had a great service here in Jessup. I preached a message called First and Last. And then I went down Sunday night to the Brunswick campus and preached a different message called Wind Talkers, and taught on being filled with the Holy Spirit, praying in the Spirit. And man, it was just a move of the Holy Ghost. I'm telling you what. Folks flooded that altar at both campuses, really, but in Brunswick, I know of, I think it was 2 or 3 people. One young man, he told me, he said, I ain't never been in church like this. He said, but I came. And he said, I came to the altar, and he said, I was filled with the Holy Spirit. He spoke in tongues as the Spirit gave the others. It was just incredible. I'm telling you, I looked behind me, the whole praise team was on the floor, and it was just a move of God. I'm telling you what, it was just incredible. And I want to encourage you, come be a part of what God is doing. You don't want to miss it. And would love to have you be a part. But pray about this Sunday. Special impact offering is going to be received. I want you to pray about what God would have you to give, and that's going to go towards funding all of our community outreaches that are happening the end of this year and well into 2021. I love you. I really do. I appreciate you so much. Man, you just mean the world to me, and I love you, and I hope to see you this upcoming Sunday. It's going to be great. You don't want to miss what God's going to do. But I'll see you. Share this broadcast, and you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Take care. God bless.